A few years ago, I saw a Muslim girl's post that deeply influenced me. The main thought of the post was that why do non-Muslim women put on so much effort to look nicely for the men that aren't theirs? Think of this. How many women wake up, put on makeup, get dressed, and go to work to impress whom? Their colleagues, and then they come home, take off their makeup, and put on their sweatpants and their 10-year-old favorite cozy t-shirt, put on a messy bun, and that is the woman that their husband is supposed to spend time with? It's just such a reasonable question to ask, because why on earth do we hope that our husbands are gonna wake up every day and choose to be with us when we look our worst? I remember when I came across that thought, and the next Sunday I got up and I put on my makeup and I got dressed, and my husband looked at me very confused and he asked me like, what's going on? Are you going somewhere? And the fact that the idea that I could dress up for him and not in order to go out just confirmed how stupid and ridiculous our current society is working right now. And I looked at him and I said, no, I'm doing this for you, for myself and for you, so that you can enjoy me wearing makeup. And I could see that he was confused. He appreciated it a lot, he loved it, but it was confusing for him because that is not something that men are taught to expect from their woman. It is considered perfectly normal to dress up to go out, to go to work. Oh my god, in Ukraine, I even used to dress up to go just to the grocery store because, you know, as the French women say, you never know when you're gonna meet your ex on the streets and you'd better look your best. And of course that is also valid, but I mean, who cares? And it influenced my life so much, it changed my entire perspective on how much effort I put into the way I look and when I do that. I started allowing myself to show up to work without wearing any makeup. I still dress up properly, nicely, always clean, ironed, professional, but I allowed myself to be lazy in putting on makeup because my colleagues aren't supposed to like me for the way I look. My colleagues are supposed to only like me for my competence and my skills. And instead, I would come back home and put on makeup for my husband for the evening. And that way I don't have to wear makeup the entire day. The only man that actually matters gets to see me at my best. It just feels so much more logical and so much more productive, and that also improves the quality of marriage because I know that I choose my man. I choose to put in the effort to show up for him at my best. And he also started doing that. He would get up and he would get dressed and groomed and put on nice clean clothes and not just wear sweatpants all the time. And that is how we keep our marriage so, how do I choose the word? That is how we keep feeding the love in our marriage and the passion, which is the most important. And I think that is absolutely something that married women should do, and we should not forget who is the most important man in our life. Of course, there are also days when we both decide to look our worst, because marriage is also about accepting each other for who you are, and there absolutely must be space for you to just wear whatever the hell you want. Before we had our son, we often would have like days that we would call cozy couch lazy days, and then we would just put on our absolute cozy outfit like sweatpants, t-shirts, hoodies, whatever it is, and then we would just cuddle up on the couch and watch movies all day long and just know that we are loved, even though we do not have the capacity right now to put in any effort into looking our best selves. And that is also extremely valuable. Knowing that you have an opportunity to appear in front of your partner as the best and the worst version of yourself and still be accepted, it kind of balances each other out, because on one hand you have the freedom of the acceptance and the stability and security of being accepted, and on the other hand you have the appreciation from your partner because they know that you're gonna put in the effort and you're gonna continue to spark their interest throughout the years, because it's not that simple to sustain and maintain a very long-term relationship, especially when kids come into play. Also, so many women for some reason think that becoming a mother kind of gives them an excuse to stop taking care of themselves. And I think that of course it is unfair to your husband, because even though they are expected to show you a reasonable amount of acceptance and patience towards your difficult transition into the motherhood, but it is even more so unfair to your own self, to your past self, if you just let go completely of who you were to be, especially if you were the kind of woman who used to always have clean hair and done nails and makeup and always look chic and stylish, and then suddenly you just put on leggings and a hoodie and a messy bun on a 1 week old greasy hair and no makeup. And I think it's just such a betrayal to your own self, and it can have such a tremendous negative impact on your mental health. I remember when I gave birth in March, and then in May was my birthday. My son was 2 months old, and I was already starting to lose weight from the big belly. But I realized that because I was nursing and because my lifestyle changed and I was getting a lot of stains on my clothes all the time, and I needed something comfortable and more relaxed, because I kind of was in this bubble where I had to protect myself and my child, and my former wardrobe wasn't serving me anymore. So what I treated myself for my birthday to is I invited a personal stylist, and she looked through my wardrobe and we sorted out all of the pieces that weren't serving me anymore. We kept some of the pieces that I was still hoping to wear once I completely regained my shape, and I have to say that I do not. The pieces that I kept because I just couldn't emotionally say goodbye to, like I have a red jacket, for example, that I used to really love. I haven't touched it in 2 years, and I realized that it's time to let go of it and retire it, because I am probably never gonna wear it again. And I had to recreate my style. I actually, for the first time in my life, I feel like I have found my style that I feel comfortable and chic in, and I don't care what other people think. And that is the beauty of it, because somehow through motherhood I managed to find a way to feel so secure in my body that everything else stopped mattering. And that is such a wonderful magic, and if you can achieve that, it's wonderful. And I also have zero idea how did I shift from putting on makeup for your husband to finding a new style in motherhood. But this is the first video I am making after a rather long break, and I've been going through a little bit of a crisis, but I really hope that I caught your attention at least for the first couple of minutes of this video. And if you're still watching, thank you very much. It means the world to me. Please subscribe so that you can follow my future content, and wish you a lovely day, and I'll see you hopefully in my next video. Bye bye.